All right. Hello, everybody. This is David Beers, 39-minute workout and wellness owner, and this is our client, Adrienne.
Hello.
Adrienne joined us. You can tell us your story.
Joined 2 months ago. I just gave birth to my son 5 months ago, so I started when he was 3 months old, and really feeling down about how bad my body got after having my second child.
Yep. That's where you are, right? And what would you say has changed? And then she's gonna talk a little bit about her results, because she just told me something very cool last week. But then we're gonna show you some of the moves she did specifically to rebuild her body after having a second child, particularly her core, but also how she's gotten. Anyway, so go ahead and tell us what you told me last week, I guess.
So there's
if you remember what you told me.
Yeah. There's a few things I think that really made me successful. One is the actual workout. It focuses so much on my core. There was things that I tried to do my first week here that I couldn't even physically attempt to do. I had a bad back from a previous injury and a bad hip from being pregnant, and before I started working out, just picking up my son in and out of his crib, I would be grabbing my back, and I haven't even thought about it in the last few weeks.
And she actually dislocated her hip. First or second trimester?
First trimester.
First trimester of her second pregnancy, so she was dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of limitation. Her core wasn't really working right, dealing with an awful lot of trouble from having this dislocated hip as she's growing a baby inside. And so what have you had happen in the last 60 days from doing kettlebells and nutrition, really, together?
Yeah, the big part of it was definitely nutrition.
Yep.
I always felt like I ate clean until I really started looking at it, but between working out and doing, really cleaning up my diet, physically I have muscles where I haven't had muscles in a long time because I hadn't been lifting even pre-pregnancy since college days. I get compliments from random people all the time telling me how muscular I am, and I don't think I look bulky at all.
Right.
My core is so much better. I've lost 10 pounds, but it feels more than that because even though I'm not at my pre-pregnancy weight, all my clothes fit, and I don't have any rolls or budges. When I started, I couldn't even get my buttons like within 2 inches of each other.
And you said you're only 3 pounds away from your pre-pregnancy weight.
Yeah,
so
3 pounds
she's
away.
Pretty close, right? So we're gonna show you some of the ways where Adrienne was able, just 3 months after having her second baby, how she came in and how she took her body, and her core was obviously, as it is with all pregnancy, very stretched out, very tired, very weak. She was dealing with this hip problem. She had extra pounds, and how we really helped her get stronger. So the first move she's gonna step back and show us is called a hollow hold. And as she told me, when she started, she couldn't even hold a hollow hold at all, and now she's able to do 30 full seconds of it. So, and she's just gonna hold it for like 10 seconds for you guys, but you see the great little core control here. She's got that thing, and she's going longer than I thought she would want to because she already worked out today. But she's a badass, so she's gonna do it anyway. And you can let go, Adrienne. You don't need to kill yourself. She already did our deck of cards workout today. So that's a hollow hold. What she's doing there is engaging, getting her legs completely up off the ground like a foot, and then holding her entire core by just giving it a little crunch. And so it's sort of like a reverse plank. It's like a plank on your back. And you said what?
I couldn't even get my shoulders off the ground, anything close to it, the first couple of weeks.
Right. And so now that's one of the ways where we've had her rebuild her core, right? We're not going to show you the Bosu crunch, which to me is the other staple of ab training. We didn't bring a Bosu out here, but that's another staple of ab training that I'm sure we've been doing a lot with you.
Oh, definitely.
Right? Bosu crunch is, to me, the best ab move that there is, but hollow hold also a really good one. The next one is going to be cool because it's going to show you the way she started to rebuild her balance. And this one, it's called a one-legged row, was so hard for her because, I mean, she was coming off a dislocated hip. She had a leg that wasn't even working correctly in kettlebells. And so as she started, would you say you couldn't? Did you do one, or?
I couldn't even do one. I would just, every time I tried to lift up the weight, my foot would go down.
She'd fall down. Yeah. So basically, why don't you show them what a one-legged row does? I love this move. It's not the best move for rowing a lot of weight. We do that with pull-ups or 2 bells, but she'll show it from the front and now the side. What she's doing is basically taking that one leg, her left leg, and she's using her left butt and hamstring and quad to basically stabilize like crazy and hold her body up as she goes to a 45-degree angle. So this is awesome. I mean, this is a woman who, I don't know what, 8-10 months ago dislocates her hip, and now through kettlebell swings, squats, and one-legged rows has gotten to the point where she can stabilize on that hip, control the core. I don't know if you all could notice it, but when she's dropping back into that move, she's using one leg for balance, controlling the core and the hips, and then able to create that rowing motion. As I said, there's better moves for developing her back strength, but this move is awesome because it develops back strength, but also all the stabilizers in the mommy areas that get damaged from carrying that baby. So this was a great one for her, and also one that just showed her how far she went in a 2-month period, okay? And now, of course, we're gonna show the staple of the kettlebell. She's gonna swing. And what were you swinging when you started with me?
22.
She was swinging a 22, which is usually where I start beginners. And now today she swings either a 44 or a 53. So just, I feel like when I tell you guys what you should swing, sometimes it's like, yeah, but you're the trainer. But when you watch somebody else and do stop it safely and then turn to the side and show me 8, she's gonna show you 8 swings from the side, so you watch how much she's engaging her hips, right? When she comes down to that downward position, she's engaging her hamstrings and her butt, and then she's driving with those hips. Now this is somebody who, as we said, and you don't have to keep working, as we said, came off a hip injury and also had a history of low back problems, right? You had low back injuries earlier in life?
Yeah, about 10 years ago.
And so if you watch this and you think, man, that looks hard on my back, it's the opposite for Adrienne, for me too. I blew my back out as a teenager water skiing, and it's actually the opposite for a lot of us who were ex-athletes and have injuries that had happened. It's actually rebuilt our core, because what she's doing there is she's showing incredible core control, so that as she folds into a 45-degree angle, her core is keeping that spine where it belongs, and then she's snapping using her big muscles, right? Her butt, her hamstring. When you put all that together, you end up with a really stable, strong low back, right? So
and you get rid of your thigh.
You get rid of her butt thigh, which she came up with that term. So, can you turn to the side? I'm just going to show. So basically, what she's doing is rock, open your feet up like a swing, and bend your knees a little bit like a swing. So she's rocking at the hip and then engaging the hamstring, the butt, and this is all just stabilizing. So her back and her core are stabilizing, so that if you think it looks like a hard back exercise, it's not. It's actually this whole belt around her is being used to basically keep that spine nice and upright, so that when she goes to that downward position, all the core muscles, which means all the muscles all the way around her, are keeping the spine where it belongs. And then all the power is coming from her butt and her hamstrings to snap that belt. And that's how in just 2 months, 60 days, she went from having a baby boy,
still in maternity clothes,
to swinging a 44 or 53 pound kettlebell. So that's pretty awesome. Not that you necessarily have to go that fast, but that's a pretty awesome little timeline for a new mom. All right? You have anything else to say about your?
The other thing I have to say is I wake up at 5 every day.
Mm-hmm.
I come out here 6 a.m. twice a week, and I come a couple other times. I don't drink coffee. I have more energy than prior having my second child. I don't need caffeine. It's been amazing.
And you have a full-time job too?
I have a full-time job that's very stressful. I have about an hour commute each way, and I make it happen. My husband's been a good support for it too.
Awesome. And it's something we talk about all the time. A lot of people say I don't have time for this, and then the other people say I have to have time for this, and Adrienne's definitely one of those. She's mama too, married, busy job, travels, and she makes it happen. And as she said, she has more energy because of it. You probably feel like you're even a better mom because you take the time to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And you're not spending an hour and a half at the gym, right?
Yeah. My daughter thinks it's awesome. She's 4. She talks about all the time about mommy having muscles now and working out.
That's great. So cool. I hope that was inspiring for those of you who are young moms or looking to be young moms or coming off pre-pregnancy. And folks, even if this was you 5-10 years ago and you're like, shoot, I missed my chance, it's not too late. It's never too late. We can rebuild the body just like Adrienne did, using the right exercise and the right nutrition. She really took to heart what Abby and I teach nutrition-wise. She took the principles we taught and really ran with it, which is also why she was able to burn the fat that she was talking about. She's a great student of the system, is what I would say. So she did both of the nutrition and the kettlebell piece. But you know, some great results. So give her a like, a thumbs up, a heart, whatever, to congratulate her. And if you guys have any questions personally about rebuilding your core or hips or anything around getting back into the fitness routine, we'd be glad to help. And as always, if you don't see this live and you have a question or a comment later, please post that. I'll be sure to answer it for you. You want to demo anything else before we hop off? Anything else that you?
I'm willing to demo.
What else is cool that you like to do?
I mean, I love all the squats because it helps with my butt. So.
Yeah, squats are great. Why don't you throw a thruster? Because I think a thruster is a great. I sent an email. Yeah, just do a one-arm thruster. She's going to do a move called the thruster, and it's basically a squat, push, press. So she's going to squat down. She's going to press through the motion and then unpress before she goes back down. And you can actually unpress before you squat again, and squat, and press, and unpress, and you don't need to do more. She did a lot of arms earlier, so I'm not going to ask her to kill herself. But that's called a thruster. I love this move. It's a beginner move. She said 1 bell. Yeah, normally we do this with 2 bells, but what she was showing you is we love moves in 39-minute workout that cut time. And how do you cut time? You use a lot of muscles at once. So she just used quads, hamstrings, butt, core, shoulders, triceps. That's a lot of muscles. I probably missed some. So when she squatted, people don't think of squats as an ab move, but it is. When you put weight in your hands and you squat, you're loading your abs, your legs, and then she's pressing it up overhead, so all of her pressing muscles. So that's how you start reshaping the body in the least amount of time possible, is use what we call compound movements, right? Thruster is a great example. So that was fun. I hope you had fun. Okay. So thanks so much, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. I'll make sure we post them. And if it's a good question, maybe I'll make another video for it. So, all right, we'll see you next time.